Hey guys, so as you can see, I've got the stunning EP RS3 here in for detail. This car actually belongs to a good friend of mine. We actually met when both of us still were driving Alfa Romeos. He had an Alfa Romeo 147, I had a 145. Both of them had the 2-liter twin spark motor. Beautiful cars when they were driving, eh? But anyway, as you can see, it's a beautiful car, and on top of it, it's an RS3, so that makes it even more special. But with that being said, what I'm going to do on this next few series of videos, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to divide it up into various videos with regards to various jobs that I'm going to be doing, because I will be cleaning out the leather. That's going to be the first video. Then I'm going to do another video with regards to the polishing of the car. And then I will also be discussing the application of the ceramic coating we're going to be putting on. So there will be a series of videos that I'm going to upload. With that being said, many of you that would want to have your car detailed, you are more than welcome to reach out to us. You can email us info@mdworkshop. I'll put a link in the description box below for you guys to reach out to me with regards to booking in your car, and we can discuss the various packages that we have, all the way from putting on the wax to a ceramic coating, all the in-betweens, like just doing a glaze. Let's say you want to flip a car but you just want to make it look good and you press for time. There's those type of packages. And then there's like our concourse package where I need the car for a couple of days, where we're going to be chasing for perfection, we're going to be sanding, so we have various packages available. So you can email us info@mdworkshop.co.za, so we can discuss what those packages are, what the costs are, how long I'm going to need the car for, and you and I, we can converse with regards to the best way forward in terms of the result that you are seeking as the owner for your car. Anyway, with that being said, this first video, what we're going to do is we're going to be cleaning the leather seats. So I'm going to be using our scrub leather concentrate cleaner. Thereafter, I'm actually going to be conditioning it, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I go about it. We're going to be recording it so you can see exactly what it looks like as well, and then what the end result should be. Okay, with that being said, let's get to work. First thing, make sure that you vacuum and try and get as much of the loose dirt off the seat, if it is really dirty. And then we're going to move on to the actual cleaning. So with regards to the cleaner, we're going to be using a scrub. Yeah. So this is our product from MD Workshop. It is a concentrate, so please make sure that you follow the dilution ratios at the back here with regards to cleaning your seats. So this buddy of mine, he tries to take care of his seats, but I told him it is shiny, and as we all know, leather should not be shiny. So I said I'll clean it up nicely for him. So the seats aren't necessarily dirty, like heavy duty. So on here there are three different dilution ratios: light dirt, which is a 1 in 20, moderate dirt 1 in 10, extreme dirt 1 in 5. So I have mixed in this foamer here the moderate dirt, which is a 1 in 10. All right, so this will be sufficient to clean the seats up quite nicely, and then thereafter we are going to be following up with Sonex. Let's see, you guys can see it here. So it's called the Leather Care Milk. This product is amazing, guys. We are also working on our own version, or an MD Workshop leather cream. I think I found the formula. So in as much as what I like my brand, I also know that there are better brands out there such as Sonex. So once we've done cleaning off the seat, we're going to be applying this. There is like some type of application to get the best out of it. I'll discuss it so that you guys, if when you do want to buy it, you can always reference back to this video with regards to how you use this product. Along with that, we are going to be using our scrub pad. We also sell this, as you guys can see. This here, this like tiny bits of vinyl. It's not going to harm the leather. It's not too soft where it's not doing anything, where it's ineffective. It's also not hard where it's going to scratch and leave marks on your leather seats. So we're going to be using this to do the initial clean. Also, my recommendation when you are doing a job like this, get a bucket of water. So once you are done cleaning out here, you take your scrub pad, put it in the water. Just make sure that this stays clean, because as it gets dirty, it's going to, obviously going to be moving dirt from one place to the next, and that's not what you want. Okay, with that being said, let's quickly jump into cleaning the seat. What I'm going to do is I'll do like a 50-50. I'm just going to adjust the camera quickly. You guys will see. I'm not going to still get tape and everything, so I will physically see where I'm going to stop, and then we will apply the leather milk, and then we'll do like a before and after. All right. Let me quickly just get the camera adjusted. The actual application, it's not rocket science. You literally just spray on. I recommend that you spray the cleaner directly on the applicator pad, and then you go to work. The initial application of the cleaner will be quite a bit, and then after you can obviously just ration it. So here's the thing, you don't want to apply too much pressure because you don't know what's the condition of the leather. And another thing is that sometimes customers, they're not fully forthcoming with regards to if they've done anything, or if the leather, if they put a dye on, and just to kind of hide any imperfections. And when you use a cleaner like this, it might actually remove the dye, and it might reveal something. But the issue is, a lot of times customers, they're hiding things, and you don't want to be in that situation where you're using something that's a little bit too aggressive, and it actually makes the leather even worse. And yeah, there you guys can see just what it looks like. So I'm quickly just going to dunk it in the water solution here, or just water. Just want to go over it again. Now I don't need to use that much product. There's still obviously residue on here. And the thing with this leather, with the scrub, is that it leaves no residue behind. Absolutely no residue. And that is why it's imperative that if you use it, you have to apply some form of leather cream, a conditioner, a leather balm, whatever it is that you have at your disposal. Because this is going to remove any surface oils, residue, dirt, bacteria. Now, it flashes off very quickly. And I'm sure you guys can see on the video, there's a night and day difference. So what we want is, we want to apply a leather dressing that's going to match this. If we can get it to perhaps make it a little bit darker, that's a win. Definitely a win. But what we don't want is, we don't want something that is, that has a lot of silicone, that's going to make the shine. It's just going to look cheap. It's not going to look nice. Also, when you use something that's going to make a leather shine, it's not going to have that nice, what do you call this, like the feel. It's going to be too slippery. And you want to have that, if I can say it, like tackiness, where you can feel there's nothing on here. You don't want to be sliding around in the seat. So this is where this product comes in, and I've got an applicator pad over here. This product, how you use it is, what I'm going to do is, before I talk about the application, I'm going to apply it. So there'll be like a control section in the middle here, and it might make it just a little bit, maybe give it a little bit of a satin sheen, but nothing glossy. So there'll be a night and day difference between where we're going to apply it on this edge over here versus this, and then obviously I'll bring the camera in. So we are going to apply with the Sonex leather milk. We're going to apply it first onto the applicator pad. we're going to work it in, and then we're going to leave it for, they say about 10 minutes, but you leave it for as long as possible so that whatever hasn't gone into the leather evaporates. Essentially, the carrier solvents will evaporate on its own, and whatever needs to go into the leather would have done that. So always make sure that you shake it first, and don't apply it directly on the seat. Always apply it onto an applicator pad or cloth, a sponge, whichever product you have. And when you spray it on, work it into the applicator pad. There we go. Just to make sure I leave the control section in the middle. And don't be afraid to work the product in, guys. So what will happen is, if we come back like after 5-10 minutes, if we see any high spots, an high spot is literally just where there's excess product that hasn't soaked into the leather. If we see anything like that, that's where your cloth comes, just like a coating. This is not a coating, it's not a leather coating, but the same sort of application method you will apply with this. You leave it, and like I said, if there's any high spots, if there's any where there's residue, so I have this grey cloth over here, which I'm going to use as my cloth to remove any residue or high spots. A lot of it's already started to go in, but I mean, there you can, okay, you guys can't see, but yeah, this stuff is good, eh? And it also, what it does is it puts back into the leather that suppleness that leather's supposed to have. Doesn't, like I said, it's not glossy, it's not shiny, it doesn't give a cheap final look. It's got a nice fragrance, it's very soft. Just can't make out what it is. It's not an English leather. I would have loved it to have a much more stronger English leather scent. That would have been nice. That's what we're doing with our leather conditioner. It's going to be like a proper leather fragrance infused in the actual cream. I'm just busy working on the name. It's going, the cream itself, or the leather conditioner, it's only a conditioner. It doesn't, it's got a fair or small amount of cleaner. My personal opinion would be to always use some form of a cleaner, preferably make use of our scrub leather cleaner. And you know, even if you just do the light dirt dilution ratio and then apply that afterwards. Like I said, it does have a fair amount of cleaner, but I wouldn't even say that it's got any cleaning, or that it's cleaner. But it does the same thing when it goes on. It doesn't leave any residue with regards to high spots. It doesn't leave any shine to it. Very nice, and it's got that nice scent. So yeah, so there you guys can see this part over here. So most of it's gone in here. So what, I think it's been about 5 minutes, so most of it has gone into the leather. And so we are just going to use our cloth here just to knock down whatever might be left behind. And if there's any residue or anything, just remember that this product is still working. Yeah, so there you can see it's not shiny, but it's made it just a little bit darker. If you look, so I'll bring you guys in. So there's obviously this is dirty, this is clean with absolutely nothing on, and then this section over here is where we've applied the leather milk. You can see there's more saturation, sorry about that, I don't know what happened. saturation with regards to the actual color of the leather. It's gone a little bit more darker, which is what you want. Nothing too over the top, but it feels nice. And there's a definite difference in terms of the feel over here versus here. Very nice. Alright, let me bring you guys in so you can see for yourself. Alright guys, so I'm actually holding it by hand now. So if the camera is a bit twitching, it's just me. Let me just get this landed out the way here. Focus again there. Alright, so as you can see, that there is the dirt. This here is just clean, and there you can see, let me just focus again, yeah, you can see just about there, that's where the line is. If we come in a bit more, I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, so both sides actually look the same, which is not a problem. You don't want your leather dressing to change. Like I said, you don't want anything too dramatic where it's like, oh my goodness, this product has just made this leather look funny. But if you come over here, there, I think you can see that line over there. Yeah. So obviously this very shiny over here. clean and dressed. So very nice. Very nice product, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this, man. I hope this has actually shed some light with regards to how I recommend you go about cleaning a leather. And obviously I'm going to adapt the same method right throughout the car with all the seats. Now what I'll do is I'll probably just show some cinematic shot with regards to the back seats and before and after. So as always, if you have any questions, comment section below. You can email us info@mdworkshop.co.za. Comment any questions or statements. We'll see what we can do to assist. And as always, guys, and most importantly, to you and your loved ones, please stay safe out there. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.